This time on Low Boost, we're ditching the old ass wheel on our E36 Turbo LS swap. Welcome back, guys. This is my BMW E36 Turbo LS swap. If you're new to the channel, I have an entire build series on everything I've done to this car from the day I got it to swapping everything out, doing the turbo and all that fun stuff. Now, everything has been going great on the car. I've been doing a bunch of other work to it. I recently did seats in this car, and the seat upgrade in this was fantastic. I'll put a link to the seats that I got in the description below. I got them on Amazon. They're really good quality. But now that my interior is really starting to come together, I want to get a better steering wheel than the one that comes on the car. And so what I did was I bought an E46 M3 wheel that was pretty trashed, and I bought an Amazon steering wheel wrap for it that made it look really, really nice. And I'll put a link to that video in the description below too, showing you how to do an Amazon steering wheel wrap. But now comes the tricky part of installing an E46 wheel in an E36. I'm gonna go over some of the different things that we did to make it work. Here we go. Okay, with the battery disconnected, put the key in. I'm gonna turn the wheel about halfway so you can get access to both of the bolts that are back here for the airbag. Now, you gotta use Torx. I don't know which Torx it is. Make sure you turn it the right way, which is the left. That's that way. I can't believe I actually did this without actually looking down on it and just feeling it. Once you crack it open, I found it better if you just get a bit and stick it in there, and you can, once you can get it by hand, it's a Torx 8. It's a T8 bit. And once you get it, it should pop off. You want to disconnect your airbag sensor there. And that's the old airbag. Don't blow up on me. Don't put that on the floor. All right, the next, I think it's a 16mm nut to take off the steering wheel, but first, I want to center it as best I can. There. I'm gonna mark the wheel before I officially take it off. If I take the key out, lock the wheel, that might help, right? There we go. Whew. That took a lot. That took a lot. Definitely locked the wheel, and I held it so it wouldn't break the steering lock, which it didn't. Big old bolt. That's a fat boy right there. I'll hang on to him. Steering wheel popped right off. You got a couple of clips down here. I feel like that's for my horn. Probably. Just two clips, either side right here, and it pulls off. Now we got the old one off. Let's go pop the new bad boy on. I don't think that plug is gonna work, so I might have to wire it. Let's see. Boom. That fits. Pretty dead nuts on, actually. But there's no plug for the horn. So I might actually try to wire this in and take, if I could take the plug and stuff off of this for the horn and reattach it, that probably will work. So with the airbag on, it goes over all this stuff, and I might touch it up. I might even get a new face for this, but that's how the steering wheel looks now. That is night and day better than the old one for sure. I still got to figure out, might just bolt it up for now if I have to drive it around, but I I gotta get this clock spring off, and I'll mount it on this one. That way I can have full functionality of a horn and such. So let's stay tuned to that. This episode is brought to you by Driveline. They're the BMW driveline specialists. Whether you have a factory BMW that you need a new drive shaft made for, or you want that one upgraded, or you have a BMW you're going to be doing a swap in and you need a custom drive shaft made, make sure you guys check them out. They can make just about any drive shaft for any BMW application, you name it. They're designed to handle power, not just factory BMWs. They'll also do a custom drive shaft for any swap you're gonna put into them, whether it's another BMW engine into a BMW, 2JZ engine, or my favorite, LS swaps. They can make a custom drive shaft for literally anything BMW. If you use the link in the description below, you'll get 10% off any drive shaft you get from them. So make sure you guys check them out for all of your driveline needs. Removing these 3 nuts with a 5mm socket, I was able to remove the clock spring. This is uncharted territory. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to put an E36 clock spring in an E46, so we're gonna try to make it work. Let's see if it does. Okay, so on this wheel, same thing, when you push this in, that grounds it. So I'm assuming that this is the ground, this is the switch for the horn that grounds, and it plugged into there. So I unplugged that, and I'm gonna remove the airbag harness, mainly because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the airbag to work 2-stage horn. Anyway, unfortunately, but our two-stage airbag, which sucks, but it's okay. I think I might be able to still get the horn to work on this thing. So let's keep plugging along. So this here, I gotta tap into and make a plug for that and connect the two together, and then that should actually still function for the horn in my car. I made a bracket there that holds the clock spring in place on that side. It fits. I had to shave down the inside of it and I had to remove the original 3 bolts, but it fits. So we're gonna try to see if that actually bolts up to the steering wheel properly. So it bolts up and turns. I took what I thought was the old ground and plugged it into that. So that should suffice for the horn. When you push that in, that should make the horn go off. That should ground it out. All right, because my clock spring had to be modified and I used the E36 clock spring, I couldn't get the airbag wires in there as I showed you in the video. But these are 2-stage airbags. I want to see and do some research if there's a way to use the E46 clock spring to at least get one of these airbag stages to work in the event that it happens. But as of right now, we don't have any airbag functionality. But I do have a horn. I just think I have a blown fuse, and it was blown before I put it in. But so the horn is wired in accordingly. There's my ground trigger. I'm pretty sure this airbag clicks on, pushing it straight in, and hooks here. So I feel like if I just push this in, this will at least go on and work. So got them lined up. I feel like it's close. There, popped right on. And there's our horn. So this, I might just touch up with a black marker, get a new face there. That is E46 M3 steering wheel in an E36. I'm definitely gonna get a new one of these, but man, that thing looks really good for what it is. Cheap upgrade. Maybe at some point I can wire these puppies into. I have nothing to wire them into. My radio was never controlled from the steering wheel, so I'd have to manually do that and wire it up, but it's possible. Still works though. Looks great, drives great. All right, that about wraps it up for the steering wheel install. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you ever decide you want to do it to your car as well, make sure to stay tuned because I have a bunch more videos I'm going to be making on this car in regards to the Holley Terminator X system, both E85 and boost control. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.